It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday Night Prime Time.
From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium, state-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, maybe 6 points too.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And off we go from SoFi. Darius Davis to return it. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the fifth-year pro who can really fill up a stat sheet, Justin Herbert.
Hey, let's be honest. The only reason the Chargers drafted in the top 5 was because Justin Herbert wasn't available all season long. An injury cut short his year, but it really didn't cut short his production while he was playing. Still over 3,000 yards and 20 touchdowns. Kid, I can tell you, this is one guy that I love. I mean, I love to watch throw a football.
Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Got a man, Palmer has it. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they had that one contained right at the line, giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they called that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. On touch. Oh, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Ravens. Brushes him off with ease. Well, a lot of positives for the offense. They were moving the ball pretty well until they coughed it up to kill this drive.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Really outside of ball security, that was a strong opening possession from the offense. If anybody underwhelmed, it was really the defense. They got to play a little tougher. Not always going to be a takeaway to bail them out.
So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by the reigning MVP, the 2nd of his career, the best runner in the game. It's Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We're back to SoFi right after this. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
He rolls to his right. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get the game's first points here in the second. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain, he did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Herbert from the gun. That's a catch for Hayden Hurst. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Chargers with some work to do, trailing in this game. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Chargers will have a first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
This ball's caught by Palmer. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down. From the red zone now. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going, and when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
Completed to Hurst. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Herbert now to throw on third. This one's diving for the goal line, and it's not free! And this is picked up by the Ravens! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Man, did those sidelines get louder. I think we all had to figure out what the heck was going on and who recovered the ball. But the minute they see the defense gets it, Kate, look at them. They save 6 points, and they get the ball back for their offense.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. First and 10, here's Jackson. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage, to make that in cut and make the catch.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. The first half belonged to the reigning NFL most valuable player, number 8, Lamar Jackson. His touchdown run was the lone score of those first 2 quarters as his guys hold a 7-0 lead. This has been a hard-fought battle thus far. Just the 1 touchdown to this point is still anybody's game at 7-0.
Dicker all lined
as
up
both
and
of
ready
these
to put it
defenses
away.
have been out there trying to one-up one another.
On the return, here comes Justice Hill. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. The drive begins with Henry. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. He's got Andrews. Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. He does it, touchdown Baltimore. The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens double their lead to 14.
Chargers, nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And you tell us this all the time, Brock. Touchdowns aren't the only stats that make a quarterback, right? Yep, he's nodding right now. But the absence of any from his ledger, well, that's problematic. And his struggles are indicative of the challenge that this offense as a group has really been fighting all game long. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Herbert to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
3rd and 2.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Ground game stopped again. That leaves them with a 4th and short.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. His pass is complete, that's Zay Flowers. And they're gonna bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's taken down after gaining a couple. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another run for Henry. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Running once more with Henry. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. of the gun, Henry. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Handoff headed right to Henry. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Touchdown, Baltimore! So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Mm-hmm. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21.
Chargers, nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Herbert now. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens continue piling onto this lead.
Chargers, nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. On the return, here comes Davis.
The Chargers take over.
Now LA getting its offense all set to go. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
Off to the races, middle of the field. Breaks free in the center of the field. To the house, touchdown LA. The Chargers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Hill now to return it. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. So it ends as a win for the Ravens. All right, Brock. 2 words for you as we wrap this one up. Mission accomplished. It's what you set out to do every week, win the football game, and the guys did just that.
Yeah, and I think it was about confidence today. Right? It's one thing to think you can go get the job done. It's another thing to say you're going to get the job done. But when you actually have the experience of getting the job done, it just instills a ton of confidence for your team and in the building.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Ravens are your winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.